All right, got a great little lesson for you here. This one's going to be about grabbing sprite sheets, which are big graphic files that have all the little animation frames of characters that you can find them online, millions of them out there, and how to plug them into your GameMaker game. First thing I'm going to do, just continuing off last day's file, is I'm actually going to take this animation end out of there. So I'm just going to delete that. And when it's right, I have the image plane. That's going to be okay. So I'll leave that in there. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to go to Sprite Player. And I know we made our little guy there. All that time spent. This time we're going to go edit a sprite. So we're going to edit it. And here's one little feature that we're going to find. Go up to File. And we're going to do Create from Strip. Now when we create from the strip, we actually have to find a strip to use. So if you actually go to your resource folder for level 6, we'll see we have a couple in there. I use this one right here, Blue Warrior Large. It's not the most fascinating strip, but it's a nice, easy one for us to use. It's basically what I did in the earlier lesson to get that one player walking. So this is the loading the strip thing. You can see here that all these graphics are put onto one piece of paper. That's why they call it an image strip. Okay, they're all laid out. Now some image strips are laid out very nicely, like this one, where you can see every image is exactly the same size. That really is the type that's good to load into GameMaker. If you have ones that are not all the same size, GameMaker, you can't really use this loading the image strip on it. It'll cause you heartache and a lot of time wasted and have it not working out. So try to find the ones where they look like this, nicely laid out in a grid. Now basically what you have to do is you give it the number of images you want. So if I want the person walking to the right, which is these 4 right here, I'm going to grab 4 images. There are 4 per row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you got to get this image width. So I got to practice it. Now, I already know. Maybe I don't know. Let's try to get the right height here. Could it be 100? No, getting close. You can see you can click and drag and pick up this here, 64. Oh, getting close. 70, 66. No, a little too big. 64. Not bad. 96. You'll see what I mean by the fiddling here, right? The fiddling by no means is it always easy to do. Maybe that's 65 for the width. And when you get it, you'll get it. You know you have it right. 66, 96. Not too much. Now, I actually wrote these numbers down to make it easy, but just to show you, the horizontal offset is how left and right, basically this very top corner here. So I'm just going to change it to 0. Vertical, 192. I'll leave it at that, see what happens. Now let's just hit OK and give this a test. So I've grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4. Show the preview. Yeah, not bad. Okay. A little bit of artifact up there, you know, is a bit off, but good enough to get the basic idea of how this works. Now once you have this, you know, you can see that when I have my sprite attached to the player, that's the strip. So that's how I got the player moving to the right. Right? And you can see there's a bit of jitter. Bye-bye. The bit of jitter there is because I didn't quite get it exactly right. So, you know, you do have to take a little time to do it. I just wanted to make that quick for the video there. But that's how you grab your players from the sprite sheet. Now, what I'd have to do for the next one is I'd have to do something like sprite player up. And I go to edit the sprite. I create from a strip. Blue warrior large. Now it's basically the exact same thing again. I should have written down these numbers, but let's say I just really quickly go and grab these ones right here. 64. Let's say I'm happy with that. I hit OK. I've got the player going up. Now, things to note. Don't forget to center your sprites for now. I didn't do it on the other one. This one here, center sprite. Now, technically, depending what you want your graphics to look like, you don't have to do the sprite sheet to grab player left. You can actually duplicate the player facing right. I can just do this. Right click, duplicate, and I'll call this sprite player left. And I'm just going to go edit the sprite quickly. And one thing you can do is you can transform and you can flip it. And you'll see here horizontal, which means left and right. And you see the result over here. So you can see how you can very quickly take at least your left and right. Sometimes you're up and down, and you can just do it with a quick flip. And there we go. And you can see I've got my player left. Now this trick doesn't work for player up, because when the player's moving down, you actually want to see their face. So you'd actually have to go grab it. Anyways, that's using the sprite editor. It's not the easiest thing to do, but I'm going to give you a chance to practice in the next challenge. And you should do the next challenge, because what you do with it, we're going to use for the next lesson, which is going to be controlling things like a player standing there and then going into a punch or a kick and then returning back to their normal walking sprites. So it's going to get a little bit more useful what you might actually use in a program with your sprites. Okay, so try the next challenge. It'll get you to do a little Street Fighter sprite sheet work. Thanks for watching. Good luck.